Welcome to this second video in the AMR One project series. Hi, this is Alejandro Alonso, and I will talk to you in this case about product requirements from a conceptual point of view and how they will be used under the AMR One project. Let's start saying that requirements engineering is one of the processes of systems engineering that is focused on defining, documenting, and maintaining requirements. In the waterfall model, requirements engineering is presented as the first phase of the development process, while in agile methodologies like Scrum, it's assumed that requirements engineering continues throughout the life cycle of the lifetime of the system. Okay. Basically, a requirement is a single documented need that a particular design, product, or process must be able to perform. So a clear description of something related to the product. Okay. Usually once all stakeholders are aligned, the requirements serve not only as description but also as a compass, providing clear direction towards the product purpose while creating a shared understanding among business and technical teams. Okay. The steps to follow with requirements are, in summary, okay. The first one, eliciting and expressing requirements, that are really getting the requirements from the client and writing them down correctly. Prioritizing requirements, very important, like using different ways. For example, must be done, should be done, or could be done. Okay. Analyzing that the requirements are complete, clear, and consistent, very important. This is a very typical error not to review this part. And when we have that, obviously we need to analyze the requirements from the technical point of view to ensure they are feasible in terms not only on time and cost but in execution. If it is possible to produce that product or give that functionalities that are required in the requirements. Okay, so that's very, very important. I have to say that how to define requirements, okay, there are many methods out there to review, okay, but I would say that when you have to define requirements, it is good practice to cover several types of requirements. Okay, like there are many types of requirements, and sometimes one unique document is used for one unique type of requirement, but usually there are like all the requirements in one list if the project is not very complex. Okay. And what kind of requirements are? Typical are business requirements that define why the product is needed. Business rules that are not really requirements but are like this is the budget, or these are the policies and regulations that you have to follow. Brand uniformity requirements, things like that. Okay. User requirements that are like what task the users can do with the product, defining that requirements. Functional requirements that describe what the product should do, like this product should produce boxes, I don't know, okay, depends on the case. Non-functional requirements, very important, that describe how well the product must perform, like this is the quality requirements sometimes called, okay. And there are many other things like external interfaces, physical settings, development constraints. The important thing is that you review when you are collecting or gathering the requirements, that you are touching all these points, all these requirements, all these areas, so you do not forget some of them, and you ensure that everything is covered under this list of requirements. As you know, I use Confluence and Jira for this project. So one of the things that I explained in the previous video was that um, we need a product roadmap. So see that video and you will see from where this roadmap comes, okay? So basically we have here the roadmap and how requirements are defined, okay? In this roadmap, there are different functionalities, okay? Like, okay, I want to ensure that for the safety part, I have this functionality that is to have a stop button or a safety stop ladder or whatever, okay? And defining these functionalities like features that you will provide to your product, independent features. These features have a list of requirements that define them. Okay. In fact, I created from here a link that goes to the different requirements related to this product. Okay, so it's just you could add the link in some. I don't have the link, but it's just to link the page. Take the HTML page and add that. Okay, so having these features, we go to the product requirements. That is one of the things that Confluence gives you, but it's not necessary to have Confluence. You could have like a document of any other format, okay? But in the case of Confluence, I have like all the here are entitled. Here are the features that I mentioned in the product roadmap, okay? And I could have like target release. So when each of these feature will be released. So in the product roadmap, for example, we could go and see that version 1 is here and version 2 is here. So all these features are under version 1 and these other are under version 2. And these will be in other versions in the future, okay? So for example here I could like sort this list based on the target release. Okay, now they are sorted, so they are here all those that will go in the version 1.0, all those in version 2.0, and here there is no version defined. Okay, it's something that you will see how to do that. And this is like a reduced list. So if we go, for example, to the one I mentioned, like the stop lidar, this one goes to one of these pages. But basically, you go there, and let me increase the size of the screen here, the letters. And here you could see the target. I give a unique number for each epic or feature, okay? So you see there are different numbers. Usually I give like 10, I jump from 10 to 10 by 10, okay? So if I add another one in the middle, I could put like 43 or something like that, but is the like requirements 040 is a list of requirements. It's not a requirement itself, it's a list of requirements for that feature. This page defines the list of requirements for this stop lidar feature, okay? And this stop lidar feature will be released under the version 1.0. And I assign one unique Jira epic that is under where all the tasks will be. This is something that we will see when we jump to the project management part. Document status, document owner, designer, different things. You could modify that. This is not so important, but going to the requirements, this is the list of requirements for that functionality. How do I number each requirement? The first part, from requirement 040, is the number I gave to the list. So the first name is the list, okay, you see. And the second number, the first number is the list, the second number is the requirement and I jump 10 by 10, okay, so 10, 20, 30, so I could add additional requirements in the future in the middle. And the last number is the version of requirement. So if a requirement changes over time, then it will be another number here, 2, 3, 4, so we could track the modifications of the requirements. Okay, this is the way I number the requirements, and here is the requirement. For example, the AMR should execute safety stop anytime the LiDAR detects an object in its protective field, or whatever. AMR shall leave safety stop condition 3 seconds after the LiDAR protective field is released if there are no other safety conditions activated. Whatever you want, it is not so important all the requirements. If you really want to have a list of the requirements for this project, just ask me and I will send you gladly. And sometimes people like to also add a user story. That is just like, as a user, usually is this, as a user, I want the AMR whatever is the same, so that I ensure. So it's like if you have that, then you could ensure no harm in causing is caused to anyone crossing the AMR. Okay, so it's up to you to use this or not. I do not use it so much, but it depends on the project. Okay, and here is the classification that must have, should have, or could have. It depends. And for anyone, I have like this list of requirements. Sometimes only 2. Sometimes I add some questions to clarify. But this is the way requirements are managed. So, and each list of requirements is linked to an epic in Jira. It's quite simple, just that. So this is the way you just write the requirements. They should be very precise, and that's all. You have these product requirements where you have all the requirements and the status and everything. I share some concepts about requirements and how I apply that with the AMR One project, and we will see in the next video. I wait you there. Thank you. Bye.